So, when you're done watching this video and you find any value from it, and you want to improve your self image, I recommend you to read this book called Psycho Cybernetics. Yeah, it's a very good book that's going to help you with that. Okay, self image. That's what we're going to talk about today. And if you are someone, who doesn't know much about self image, well, welcome to this video. I'm going to try my best to explain to you how self image you know, hurts us when you don't use it well, and we benefit from it when you can use it well. So basically, self-image is how you perceive yourself, how you see yourself in this world. And before I begin, I want everyone to know this quote. It's not a quote; it's just something I always use for myself. That the world doesn't come to you. The world comes from you. It's like I'll use a scenario. I'll use characters. So, for instance, if you take a guy that wants like a 10 out of 10 good looking woman, with blonde hair, just basically a 10 out of 10 good looking woman, and he never understands how he never gets to get this kind of woman. Every time he tries, he fails. But the thing is, if this guy has registered himself to or registered himself to be someone who is now worth a 10 out of 10, and he keeps putting these women on a pedestal, he's never going to achieve it because that is the character he has associated with himself with. And until you trick your mind and change your self image to believe that, okay, I used to be this guy that puts this woman or this 10 out of 10 woman on a pedestal, and start believing or seeing yourself as someone who is, you know, worth this woman, and you don't need to, be texting them always and trying to, seek attention from them every time. Once you trick your mind to believe that I am the guy that deserves this is the only kind of woman I date, and they deserve me, or you have to change it and see yourself to be that person until you become that person that goes out and all of a sudden is with a 10 out of 10. Because even if you get the woman and you don't see yourself as worthy of it, you're gonna lose it, you fumble it, because everything that goes in a relationship, you're like, oh, I have this woman. But if you train your mind and trick yourself to become someone who sees himself as that's, yeah, this is my norm, this is my norm, 10 out of 10 is my norm, even if you have it, it's you are not going to be over your head and do some mistakes that is gonna make you fumble it. And even with money, right? If you are someone that wants to make $5,000 a month, and right now you're making, like, let's say $500 a month, you are never going to make that 5,000, right? Because I'll put three imaginary lines here, like one, two, three, right? Now let's say this is the line in between, and they pay you 500, what's the name, dollars every month, but you want to make $5,000. So if they pay you $500 at the end of the month, that's your high. That's the line above it, right? That's the line above it. And let's say you get a $500, you spend, you spend, you spend, you spend, you spend, you spend, and now you're around 250, right? 250 is your comfortable zone. So you're like, okay, I can spend again. So you spend, you spend, you spend, you spend, you spend, and probably you get down to zero. And zero is your panic, like, okay, I'm broke, right? And you start working out, working out, working out, working out until you get into that 500, you start becoming comfortable. So this 250 is your threshold. And even if you work hard and you pass that 500 and you reach, like, let's say $700, right? You are going to spend that money because your self-image and what your character that's associated with you is, okay, my limit is $500. So even if you have 700, you have to spend and come to 500. And when you get to that 500, you have to spend it because you are not associated to being someone who is worthy of $5,000. So you never make it, if that makes sense, right? So you just have to trick yourself that okay, I'm worthy of this money, and see yourself being worthy of it, and believe that you have it even before you don't have it. Believe that okay, I already have $5,000 and I'll get it. That's how you get it. That's the only way you get it. It's your self-image. If you see yourself not to be worthy of something, you will never get it. Regardless of how you think you want it. If you want to be a millionaire and you don't think you are a millionaire, right? Like me right now, I know I'm going to make millions, regardless of what someone says. I'm broke. I'm broke as shit. I don't have nothing. But I know I'm going to make millions. So even if I wake up, I only do what the habits that millionaires do because I know I have it. And if I'm going to search for money, I have the mindset of that, okay, this money is mine. So even if I'm doing it, I don't feel tired. I don't feel, no, I've associated myself with that character. It all boils down to all self-image. So if you have something that you truly want in this world and you still can't get it, change your belief system or how you perceive yourself, right? Perceive yourself to be the person. Just believe you already have it. Imagine yourself, you see yourself as that person. Don't think, okay, this thing is, there about, no, you already have it. And you see how, your life turns around. Because I've used this, so I've used it on women, like women that people think, oh, this girl is, and I just trick my mind out. And I close my eyes, open my mind like 2 weeks, I'm with that person. And I'd never lose it because I've tricked my mind, and I've done it so many times that even now that I'm in the relationship with the person, it's like, yeah, I deserve this. It's not something, But if I didn't do that, and I was like, oh yeah, this girl is, I would have never attained it. I would have never. So change your self image, and you be amazed of the things that you achieve. And I know most of the guys probably have like a crash or something. So at the end of these videos, I try to make you guys do a challenge. So I challenge you for the next week. Just view yourself as someone who is worthy of these women that you're trying to get, or whatever, whether it's money. Just believe that you already have the money, and you see what happens. And that's all I have for today. And as always, if you're new to this channel, my name is Salim, and don't forget to subscribe. And to all the old people that are watching this, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.